Good afternoon, everyone. Are these the top stocks to buy? Today we're looking at NIO, PLTR, CGC, DKNG, and BA. Let's get into it. All right, before we start on the actual stocks, I want to do a quick update on the NQ Hyper Wedge. Once again today, this acted really well as a tool for finding tops and bottoms in SPY. We bounced right off of our extended range of support on the hourly time frame, and we are grinding the resistance right now. And in fact, I think we're running out of time on this wedge. This is a generally descending wedges are a bullish continuation pattern. We are over TD9 support, and we are in a good place so far for the bulls to try and go for a break. We still have time inside the hourly for another day or two if things get really tight, but things are looking a little bit optimistic. So we keep that in mind that tomorrow we could see a weekday, a contained weekday, or we could see a pretty big breakout. Why we need to pay attention to NQ in particular is because this is going to give us a little bit of guidance. If we see downside, that's going to weight down bullish opportunities. And if we see breakout, that's going to add a lot of gas to good, well-positioned stocks. So without further ado, let's take a look at NIO. NIO on the daily time frame, we saw a red day today. We saw indecision yesterday. We bounced off of approximately our EMA 8 on the daily time frame. But overall, we're holding up pretty well on the daily. It's not a bull flag, as I think I talked about in yesterday's video. We can't really draw something that really eloquently captures the movement of a bull flag. Actually, I may convince myself that that's not the case anymore. We've got ourselves another touch. We have bounced off of this support of the EMA 26 on the 4-hour time frame. And when I correlate backwards, I can see that, you know what, we've got our second confirmation. And I'm not unimpressed with that. So I've just changed my own mind in a quick analysis, and we're gonna keep going from here. 4-hour time frame is looking good. Bull flag potential. And what we're going to look for if we're going to see a bull flag breakout would be a strong day in the markets, breaking outside of this trend, and ultimately we're going to need to get over top of our short-term resistance at 28.88 hourly time frame. That was the high of our pre-market or early morning, and there certainly is a zone of resistance up here that we need to get over top of. I love it when we can go back and we can see clear areas of support resistance. In this case, we've got a nice tasty zone of resistance from 230 to 243, 249, that area. So if we can get over top of this breakout zone and really blow it to smithereens, and this, yes, that is the technical term for that particular type of move. We're going to blow this to smithereens. I need to see the bulls break out of this daily 4-hour bull flag, get over top of this key zone of resistance that we've established for ourselves since the 20th. And then NIO is not in a bad position. If we fail to do that, well, we could stay inside of this trend, but ultimately, I think bulls will get a little bit tired if that does come to pass. And I would be cautious about something happening like TAN, where we had a beautiful daily breakout. We had a nice setup. We broke bull, and then we've given back a lot of that in the last 2 days, bouncing off today's EMA 26 to the penny, I might add. Absolutely beautiful play. PLTR. This one is pretty interesting, tightening up on the daily time frame, and we got ourselves a 4-hour equilibrium. You know what? Let's go to the daily. Let's go to a 12-hour chart, because that's probably going to look nice. 12-hour. Look at that. Beautiful equilibrium. Lows, lower highs, higher lows, lower highs, higher lows. Tightening that range up. And what we want to see is a bull break over 998, so pretty much 10 psychological, or a loss of 908, so 9 psychological. What we can also do is go and look for our squeeze indicator. And we're squeezing in and out, so not too set. Maybe 4-hour time frame. No, not too much there. Okay, so 12-hour time frame equilibrium. We're looking for a bull break over 10 psychological or a bear break of 908, probably 9 psychological. In which case, our next support is going to be the low of 888. And if we manage to get to the upside, 1073 is going to be our resistance level in the short term. Coiling up pretty nicely. If we can see a beautiful NQ move and a break over 998, I think PLTR bulls are well positioned for a nice move as well. CGC. In this case, it's going to come down to a lot of hype and continuation. We've already seen a pretty big breakout. We've seen some consolidation, another big breakout, and we're continuing to climb following this little bit of indecision in the last 3 days. But very, very strong today. And a resistance right now is going to be, let's see, 22.99. 2219, and today's high of day, unless we've crushed that in after hours, we'll discover that in a minute. Daily higher lows, very, very much confirmed, down at 1744. Going to the 4-hour time frame, we are inching ever so slightly higher, and I would just be cautious of, I see a little bit of a wedge here, maybe on the hourly time frame. So here is my wedge that I'd be concerned about. Let me draw that in really quick for you guys, fast and dirty, so that you can see what I'm looking at. Just generally this sloping converging line. These are generally bearish, so the opposite of what we're looking for NQ, and we got a lot of room to work with. So if we see a bear break of this, all I'm going to look for at this point is 4-hour higher lows over top of the range of 1850, and we'll be well positioned for more consolidation. I wouldn't expect a lot of crazy upside to continue, but you know what? It's not out of the woods. It could happen. Resistance 2219 and support 1744 daily time frame. DKNG on the daily. This one was interesting. We had a beautiful hourly 4-hour downtrend, and we just started to change the trend in today's action. So we got our low at 40.43. We broke over top of this range at 42.20, and now we are looking very, very good for a higher low. At this point, that's all I'm going to expect. An hourly higher low over 40.43 would be ideal. We come down, hold it, and establish an hourly uptrend. Carry that action over into the 4-hour time frame. Get over top of our EMA 26, and we will be well positioned for a short-term counter trend to this daily drop. Now, we do need to be cautious about things. This could turn into a 4-hour bear flag and a daily bear flag, in which case we'd look for execution for a drop under this support of 40.43, and our next zone of support is going to be down in the area of 34.47. There is some congestion here as well that we marked from prior discussions, so that would be a potential area of support. But so far, a little bit optimistic for DKNG, maybe turning things around here on the 4-hour and the daily time frame. Let's see what happens. BA, on the other hand, we have seen a really solid day. However, we are just right back where we were and where we have been over and over and over again in this big area that we just can't seem to close over top of. This is a key 4-hour area of resistance that has acted as support and resistance countless times. I've talked about it in so many videos. We just can't seem to get up and stay above this zone. So once we're able to do that, I'm far more interested in BA. Right now, that resistance is in the area 169.75, and our last highs as we broke it over this has been 175.56 and 174.50. So what we can do is treat this as a zone of resistance. We can look for temporary breakouts on maybe the 15-minute or even hourly time frame, looking for quick bull moves and fades. If that happens, we're not convinced. What we need to see is a 4-hour close, a 4-hour back test that is successful before I'm interested in long positions. Otherwise, this is going to be another short opportunity and continued sideways action on BA, which has really just been chopping around for quite a while with no clear sense of direction. And that is that. All right, if this video has been helpful for you, please let me know. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, like, do all that fun stuff. I don't like asking you guys to do that, but it does help us tremendously. And I appreciate you watching. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and see you in the next video.